STALKER has always been very dear to me. It came out when I was probably still way too young to play such games. But that didn't stop me. The dark atmosphere, the really compelling story, and the lovable, balding characters. It all just fit together. The original games? They are what made me love the apocalyptic genre in games and movies and books and stuff. And when STALKER 2 got announced in 2018, I was very hyped up. But even after STALKER 2 got announced, it was delayed. And delayed again. And if it was any other gaming company that did this, I would have been very suspicious of the end product. But with STALKER 2, the delays were quite justified, with the whole war in Ukraine going on. And to be fair, if the devs feel like they shouldn't release the game because it's not finished, they just shouldn't release the game. And if you've played the original STALKER games, you know that they are quite janky. The X.R engine that it was made on wasn't really all too stable. Flying cars and such. So at the beginning I really had no idea what to expect from STALKER 2. And then it finally released, and I've got to play it. And as a certified... STALKER myself! I loved it. It was great. I pretty much no life spat ran it when it came out. And I was one of the first people who completed the game. I just really wanted to get one of the endings. Minor spoiler alert. Skip the next few seconds. Okay, I got the s.t.a.l.k.e.r ending. In this ending, s.t.a.l.k.e.r is completely done with your shit. And he shaves your head bald. For making fun of his Norwood. But as much as I love the game, it's not perfect. Some issues definitely need attention. Especially the sound design. Oftentimes when shooting my gun, the sound either cuts off entirely or just doesn't make the shooting noise at all. The same goes for environmental sounds. Rain, background ambience, and even some music just vanishes at times. For a game like STALKER 2, where the immersion is pretty important, these audio dropouts can really pull you out of the experience. Particularly if you're playing with headphones and expect to be fully absorbed in the zone. But there are also visual glitches. For instance, in some of the circa buildings, the texture on the bottom half of the wall was bugging out so much it looked like if two props got spawned inside of each other in Garry's Mod. And also when this shot glass kept bugging inside of my hand, which looked funny. These bugs aren't really game breaking, but they can cheapen the overall presentation of an otherwise very immersive world. But the main problem I have is the lack of A-Life. A-Life was the system's NPCs used in the previous games to make them feel more realistic. They had routines and such. If you met an NPC at one point, you could expect to find his corpse a few hours later, at another point in the map. But in STALKER 2, NPCs don't have that. I've had times where enemy NPCs just spawned right behind me. And as you might have guessed, that's quite annoying, especially if you're playing on a more difficult difficulty. And that's also where my biggest critique comes in. STALKER 2 is very close quarters based. One of my favorite things to do in the previous games was to find a higher place and take out my binoculars and just watch the world around me. The A-Life system really made this enjoyable. One of the best places to do this was the cement factory in Jupiter. There was no way NPCs could get up the building, so I would always just camp there and wait for squads of zombified stalkers or mutants to roam near the place, so I could snipe them. STALKER 2 has such a great big map, but nothing really happens far away from you. And I think that's a big wasted opportunity. Imagine a mission where you have to go up the tallest building in Pripyat or something to snipe some monolith big guy. I think that would have been pretty cool, but maybe the DLCs will expand on that. So while the game is good, it still needs some improvements. The devs have already said that they will release a general bug fix later this week. I don't know if this video will come out after or before, so we'll see. In general, I don't regret getting the game. It's great. Anyways, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe and tell me in the comments down below what you think of STALKER 2. And good hunting, STALKER. Receding hairline is my favorite character in the game.